Okay, I think I'm recording now. So I'm going to try to keep this as focused as I can. Um, this is a Raymarine Axiom 9 Plus that we're looking at the screen of remotely via ray control. This has been a little bit of a point of contention all along for me, but up until recently it's worked quite nicely. Where I could sit down in the cabin and watch the radar coming in or AIS marking vehicles coming in. But unfortunately, upgrading my radar from the HD 4 kilowatt radome to the new Quantum 2 Doppler has been incredibly problematic. So I'm starting here to show you, this is after having connected the Quantum 2 up today via Raynet, hardwired Ethernet. This is the first time I've done that. I did pair the unit a couple weeks ago with via Wi-Fi. That's one of the options here. Let me show you. First of all, let me say one of the issues is it's incredibly impacted remote performance via ray control. I have turned off everything. I've turned off my Enemy A2000 devices, got them all off the chain, except for the Raymarine stuff. I did have Mux and a couple other things coming in, but I wanted to get everything off so that it would only be Raymarine stuff that was doing the talking. So as it is here, we've got here an issue. I just flipped over to go to the settings here to show you. Tapping network, and this is the the extent of the network right now. The radar is gone, everything's gone, but the instruments. Autopilot shut off, so I've got basically minimal chatter here on the network. And for a while it will be fairly responsive. I just hit the left arrow to get back to the main screen, and there it did. There will be timeouts though, it'll completely go away. I wanted to show that there's no network contention really of any notice. So I've got C-Love Array 3 here not sharing at the moment, not Wi-Fi sharing. When it's Wi-Fi sharing, it's even worse. So I'm starting out here as cleanly as I can. This is the boat network All Saints on channel 8, and this is showing C-Love Array 3 on channel 1. So this is where we are here, with the least most contention possible. And okay, so it's actually pretty snappy now. One of the things you can expect at some point is that we'll get the disconnection from the unit. That's one of the new anomalies. But notice we're not getting much in the way of updates. Looks like the clock's incrementing over here in the corner. Comes and goes. That's kind of normal too. All right, so here's the first change I'm going to do. I'm going to go up to the main menu. Let's just shut that off. Click the home button, see what happens. All right, it went. So now I'm going to, well, actually, let me go to the network. I'm going to turn the radar on. This is my new Quantum going on to the Raynet. Power is now applied. Should pop up here on the list pretty quick. Let me just go off for a second. Come back. Still waiting for it to boot. We'll know pretty quick though, because the performance will just simply vanish. So again, we've got a clock up here. You can watch Not updating. Now if I touch the screen, it'll count a couple of seconds and then quit. Oh, the radar just popped up. You can see the icon right up there in the window. That's showing that the radar has been enabled. Now we'll try to go back and see. So far so good. There's the radar. Boom. Now here I'm going to hit diagnostics. That popped up pretty quick. So far it's doing pretty good. I'm kind of impressed. I'm trying to get out of this here, and there we go. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on transmit. Oh, here we go. Oh, tapped it. There we went. Okay, transmit. So maybe it's the bridging because I just turned that off. Let's go ahead and turn this guy back off. Okay, radar's off. Let that cook. Oops, sorry. Go back home. And hitting the apps button. And now we're going to connect up here and set up the bridged Wi-Fi. This is the guy here. Uh-oh. I guess there's a second. So this is what I was greeted with. Went ahead and turned on the Wi-Fi sharing. I'll let that time out for a second. Go back. Let me show you this little map. Watch what happens now. Now to this Wi-Fi sharing. It takes the Sea Lover, which is still, the All Saints is still on channel 8, but now it's overlapped All Saints with Sea Lover Ray 3, which is the MFD. So it switches the MFD to the channel it's connecting to, which has always just, to me, seemed like an accident waiting to happen. They're basically interleaving their transmits and receive to accept the traffic on the same channel. It's just a little weird. But notice I've actually dropped the output power of the boat network just to make sure that it wasn't interfering with the MFD, which is the one that's clearly showing a much stronger signal. So anyway, I just thought I'd revert to that for a second. But we're back to the device here. Let's see if we can get connected. Now this is what happens. Once you get that thing established, all bets are off as far as connectivity. I will sit here literally and try it several times, dump that old one, fire up a new one. Still nothing. Because if it comes right, it'll pop up and say it's connecting right up. So throw that one away. Let's fire it up again. Still nothing. Still nothing. Oh, well, let me double check. Yeah, see, it's switched over. It bounced the Wi-Fi, so it took me off. So that's the problem there. That's solved now, so let's go back and try again. Got nothing. Try again. There we go. Bingo. Okay, so now I'm connected here, as you can see. So now I'm doing the bridging thing. So the device Wi-Fi is now being used to connect to the internet as well as supporting remote clients. So I'm connected there, connected there. At this point, looks pretty good, huh? Well, maybe not. There, hit install the app, try to get off of this page, and I'm stuck. Stuck on the page. The X won't get me off, the arrow won't get me off. Completely stuck. Let's get rid of the keyboard. Still completely stuck. There's no clock on this screen to show that it's frozen. Oh, there we go. Finally came back. Okay, so there you go. It's an incredible slowdown from this point on. Let me go back and turn on the chart. That actually popped up nice and quick. Get off of this page. Okay, let's turn the radar back on. Turn the power on. See, now this is interesting too. Aha, so we got back to this and I haven't even done this yet. So it got back to this screen. This was the original problem I had. When I first looked it up a couple weeks ago, I went ahead and paired it with the unit, the MFD, so the radar talked to the chart plotter via Wi-Fi, okay, not the hardware. This actually worked fine today. This is the first time I'm seeing this, but this is the old going back to the unit with this now. If I select yes, even though I'm trying to power it on over the hard network, it wants to do this thing over the Wi-Fi, which is going to blow the connection that we just turned on going to All Saints from the MFD. So I'm going to go yes because we got to power on the thing. And we're blown. That's it. Gone. Can't talk to it. Get rid of the remote session. Try again. No displays found. No displays found. This is just bouncing right back. So it's being shunned by the unit. Let me make sure we're still on the Wi-Fi. And we are. We're still on the... where'd the thing go? Oh, turn Wi-Fi off. Silly. Still see field of array 3. Ooh, now it's being refused. That's interesting. So now it's going to tell me it doesn't have internet because that's now been blown up again, just like it was the first time. So I called this in as a case, okay? And so here's where it might get even more interesting. So I'm connected to the Ray Marine. Let's try to get back the array control. Okay, it's connecting me right in. I powered up the radar. I'm gonna leave it like that for a second. Oops, I don't want there. Okay, so go back home and see what happens if I go here. Not connected. Okay, this is the thing. It does this again. I selected the connection up here in the right corner. Right, I selected this up here and got this. I don't want the quantum to be hooked up to radar. It has never been hooked up to radar since reestablishing this link today. So it just started doing this from the action of me disabling the Wi-Fi sharing and re-enabling it. Please note that. That's important. So, okay, so what am I going to do here? So let's go back, and here's the deal. When this happened yesterday, I ended up having to do a reset. And at the time, I hadn't done a backup, But now I have, so I have a backup to restore, right? So we can go here and go to this display. And see, I've got it here, Wi-Fi sharing is enabled. It's not working, but that it blew itself up. Find that there's a quantum. So I'm going to do this here, the bottom right corner, or left corner, I'm sorry, settings reset. Not the factory reset, but the settings reset. Okay? And I know this may blow me off, because yes, it will blow me off, because it's going to reset the Wi-Fi as well. So time to pause this, but I intend to hit the settings reset and restore the backup from yesterday. So get me back to before I plugged the radar in. Right? That's not it's apparently the only way you can fix this. Once it starts doing this Wi-Fi crap, it's the only way out is to do the settings reset. So I've uncovered another undocumented feature here that you can re-enable that problem issue with the quantum pairing, even without having paired. I'm going to try to go through that again. So enough of this for now. It's time to investigate a little bit further, and I've got to do that out in the cockpit. So adios.